Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California, San Francisco to be exact. 1673 mornings in a row, I have come to you with morsels of a thought. Hopefully, thoughts of wisdom, that they are things that you can find that are useful to you to know what the right things to do are, as well as what the pitfalls are to avoid, because knowing the right things to do is wisdom and doing them is virtue. Whoever wrote that fortune cookie, I thank you heartily. And today is, what's today's date? Sometime in July. No, it's August 2025. 2025. It is, today we are on page 11 of Brain Rescue, a 90-day blueprint to reclaim your memory after a brain injury or concussion. All of us almost have had brain injuries or concussions. I mean, the fact of being born. I think our heads have collapsible skulls even. My mother told me that yeah, wow. She said that when I was born, I had a cone-shaped head, and she took months to kind of massage it down into a normal size and shape. So, brain injuries abound. I don't think that can be considered a brain injury being born, but think about it. Our heads hit things sometimes. We bang our head on the door of the car on our way in or on our way out. We bang our head on the refrigerator on our way in or on our way out, looking into the top shelf in the back because we can't see the freaking label. And we hit our heads sometimes going around a door or around a door jam, or um just things that, ooh, somebody drops a can of 7 Up on my head in the bus when I'm a little kid, and they don't say anything to me. No thank you, no sorry, no nothing. Just because I was a kid. And little kids, yeah, we rebounded, but think about it. You may or may not have ever had a serious brain injury. Maybe, maybe not. Now, Dr. Brody has been left alone. Somehow he was attacked, physically attacked. So those were brain injuries. Serious, serious, serious ones. Serious, serious, serious ones. Hence the development of this book, as well as his PhD. And my own personal stories include quite a few physical concussions, including one where I broke a massive windshield in a car accident, as well as physical attacks that have resulted in some brain injury. But of course, we recover from these things, possibly traumatically, we recover, but maybe our brains are still affected because our brains are so, I feel my brain was so fragile. It's been fragile. And when I was affected by a chemical brain injury, when I was given um, given what turned out to be inappropriate medications because they just didn't match me. They couldn't have known ahead of time, but they gave me certain medicines, and then they found that in that class I was only able to take one kind other than the ones they tried. And so I had a lot of, I'd say I had a lot of broken axons. That's just what I'll say for myself. But I'm no expert. I'm not a PhD. I'm not a doctor of any sort. I am just reading from Dr. Brody Miller's Brain Rescue book, Chapter 7, page 111. The fourth pillar, O, is for optimize. OPTIMIZE. Chapter 7. The fourth pillar is for optimize. And I'll give you the pillars since we're probably all wondering that. Um, the first pillar is for REFOCUS. The second pillar is for ENGAGE. The third pillar is B for BRAIN. Fourth pillar is O for optimize, U is for unleash, and N is for nexus, and D is for dedicate. So it's rebound. The fourth pillar is O for OPTIMIZE. These are ways to remember. These are mnemonics. MNE. MONICS. Mnemonics. 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 We're now, says Dr. Brody, Dr. Bro on Instagram, by the way, we're now entering a critical and exciting stage in your recovery that goes beyond simply restoring your brain to its former state. This is about optimizing your cognitive function to levels you may have never dreamed possible. Optimism is your mind's superpower for healing and growth. Optimism is your mind's superpower for healing and growth. The first step is O for optimism. Okay, Viktor Frankl, with a K in the Victor and a K in the Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Optimism is a major key to optimization. When it comes to optimizing your brain, one factor stands out above all others: optimism. It's not just about feeling good, it's about unleashing a biological force within you that can drive healing, growth, and transformation. Did you know that just one optimistic thought can produce more than 30,000 neurochemicals at a moment's notice? Oh, wow. That's right. Your brain is wired to respond powerfully to optimism. It is without a doubt the most potent pharmacy you have at your disposal, capable of releasing natural chemicals that boost your mood, sharpen your focus, and accelerate your recovery. Optimism isn't just wishful thinking, it's your superpower. And there's footnote number 26. Cultivating a positive mindset is step one if you ever want to maximize your brain potential. Without it, is like building a skyscraper with no foundation. Even if you do all the quote right things, end quote, like eating healthily, exercising, and meditating, but if you are doing those out of fear instead of inspiration, you might as well stop. We are reading Brain Rescue, a 90-day blueprint to reclaim your memory after a brain injury or concussion by Dr. Brody Miller, Ph.D. Dr. Bro is on Instagram. You can find him. And he talks almost every day about something that will help you fix your brain physically. If you need any chemical changes or repairs or physical repairs of your brain. So let me see. I want to see if I can read you the footnote. Footnote number 26. Mental Health Explorer, the neuroscience of happiness. Mental Health Explorer, available from https://www. mentalhealthexplorer.org. That was all one word, .org. /articles/the neuroscience of happiness. That was a very good footnote. Okay, now start by smiling. As Dr. Huberman would explain. Oh, by the way, I met Dr. Huberman many times in Palo Alto because he lived near there, I guess. I saw him on television for the first time on my streaming, and I said, I know that guy. And he turns out to be a Stanford professor. I'm like, oh, that's why. Because I used to live near Stanford. So, as Dr. Huberman would explain, the science behind it, smiling, is called, quote, facial feedback, end quote, meaning when you move those facial muscles, you're not just showing emotion, you're creating it. The signals travel from your face to the reward centers of the brain, flipping the switch from stress to calmness, from anxiety to optimism. It's not just a superficial act, you're hacking your brain to turn on the systems responsible for feeling good, staying focused, and bouncing back faster. Celebrate the small things. I want you to begin celebrating all of the quote, small wins in your life, end quote, says Dr. Brody. Now, it may seem counterintuitive at first, it real but really it is the key to creating more discipline in your life. Let me tell you, says Dr. Bro, that discipline is powerful, but it does no good if you aren't employing the process. If you only rely on discipline and consistency without a sense of optimism, you will burn out. It's only a matter of time. The truth is that small wins stack up to become big wins and breakthroughs in your life. Once again, think of it as if you are climbing a big, icy, snowy mountain in the Himalayas. Climbing to the top is your goal of getting a sharp memory and an optimized brain. When you climb a mountain, you really have to make it one step at a time. If you get too preoccupied with looking too far up or down the mountain, that can be distracting. Sometimes there will be storms coming, and sometimes you will slip down the ice, causing a setback. I'm going to highlight something that I want to show to ooh, my there we go. Without a sense of optimism, you would very much. Okay, I'm gonna change that later to a straighter line, but I got ink on my hand. That's okay. This is normal in the recovery process, setback, distraction, whatever. There will be good days and bad days. But if you take it one step at a time and begin to celebrate the small wins, you will look back on all the progress you've made. I'm not a fan of the term brain hacks, but if there were ever such a thing as a hack, it would be getting into the frequency of celebration. I mean, something as basic as brushing your teeth, taking a walk, or finishing a workout. Really get into it. Don't hold back. Dance, give high fives, yell out, yes, even if there is no one around to celebrate. Think about yourself at age 2 doing that. With time, practicing this will become an automatic part of your routine and will pay off huge with time. If you aren't able to appreciate the small stuff, you will never ever be able to appreciate the big moments of life. The second step is P for processing. David Eagleman, Eagle, man, the humans says the human brain is a complex and delicate system capable of processing an unimaginable amount of information in a split second. I've heard that phrase. My life flashed before my eyes. I've heard that phrase. I've never encountered it, but people who have had it, I've heard that that happens in a split second. I've heard that. Don't know. But this is what this gentleman is saying, and I believe it. Processing is another important step to unlocking the door to your brain's potential. Doing so will dramatically transform your memory, focus, and overall mental performance. What is brain processing and why does it matter? Think of processing as the way your brain makes sense of everything coming at it. It is how it organizes, stores, and retrieves information. Cars buzzing by, people talking, and mind numbing construction noises, all kinds of sights, tastes, sounds, smells, and vibrations. All this input is like a flood of data that your brain must quickly sort out and make sense of. It has to rapidly answer questions. Have I seen this before? Am I safe? After it has done all that, it now has to make a decision based on all input it has received. Now, you may be beginning to understand how important the ability to process really is. It's estimated that the human brain takes in an astonishing 11 million bits of information per second from all of your senses. And there are two different footnotes, numbers 28 and 27 and 28 here. Luckily, our brain only keeps us consciously or intently aware of a very small percentage of that. The ability to process this information quickly and accurately is crucial for performing everyday tasks, remembering details, and staying mentally sharp. Okay, let me check this out here. Numbers 27 and 28, number footnotes here. And we go to mine check, M-I-N-E check. Your brain is processing more data than you would ever imagine. Mine check. Available from https colon / www. Mine check with an E instead of a D. Minecheck.com / posts / your brain is processing more data than you would comma would uh, ever imagine / okay, that was number 27. Now 28. Association for Psychological Science. Your brain sees even when you don't. Psychological Science. Available from https for colon / www psychological science all one word .org / news / your brain sees even when you don't .html. Okay, now luckily, our brain only keeps us consciously or intently aware of a very small percentage of that. 11 million bits of information per second from all your senses. That's a lot. The ability to process this information quickly and accurately is crucial for performing everyday tasks, remembering details, and staying mentally sharp. Now, this is live number 1673 in a row. I've come to you with morsels of a thoughts, hopefully of wisdom, that we may know, hopefully that we may know the right things to do and which pitfalls to avoid for ourselves, and to commit acts of virtue. Maybe acts of bravery, even acts of virtue. Acts of virtue are simply the acts of doing the right things to do. So they can be virtue toward ourselves, virtue toward other people, virtue toward our house, virtue toward our family, virtue toward our neighbor, virtue toward our uh, town, virtue toward our cities, virtue between our cities, virtue between our nations, between our nations. Virtue in the world changes the world. Peace in the world starts with virtue inside the house, virtue in the heart. That's what it starts with morsels of a thought. When processing slows down after a brain injury or concussion, it can feel like your mind is in a fog, and even simple tasks may seem difficult. This phenomenon, commonly known as, quote, brain fog, end quote, occurs because the brain's ability to quickly and efficiently handle information has become impaired. After a head injury, the brain experiences a, quote, disruption, end quote. Sorry, it's actually boldface, not quotes. The brain, after a head injury, the brain experiences a disruption in its normal functioning, leading to difficulties with tasks that used to be easy, such as reading, holding a conversation, or even making a simple grocery list. The slowed processing speed can make it challenging to follow along with a fast paced world. I will tell you personally that I had trouble dialing numbers on my phone. I keep missing numbers. Anyway, but, says the doctor, what if I could tell you that with practice, we can not only improve things, but get them to a higher level than you ever have experienced before? Okay, now I'm going to continue on with this particular part, which is how to improve processing speed. Here are three dynamic ways. There are three dynamic ways. I will read you the numbers and then I will read you the whole thing. Meditation is number one, eye saccades are another, and speed reading techniques are another. Okay, so number one, meditation. You may have heard about the benefits of meditation for relaxation, but did you know that it can significantly enhance your brain's processing capabilities too? Studies have shown that regular meditation practice increases gray matter density in brain regions associated with memory, attention, and processing speed. There's a footnote, number 29. It essentially trains your mind to operate more efficiently by reducing distractions and enhancing your ability to focus. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can lead to noticeable improvements in how quickly you can take in and respond to information. Meditation is much more than just a stress relief tool. It's a scientifically proven tool method to build a stronger, more resilient brain. Meditation is much more than just a stress relief tool. It is stress relief tool. It's a scientifically proven method to build a stronger, more resilient brain. Incorporating techniques like mindfulness or focused breathing can not only help you calm your nervous system, but also stimulate new neural pathways that enhance the speed at which your brain processes information. I'm going to say, I'll read you the next two next time because truthfully, saccades or sac saccades. I have to learn how to pronounce that word. Eye saccades are quick movements your eyes make when your eyes shift when you shift points from one point to another. That's number two. Think of them like the way your eyes jump around when you read or look at different things around you. These movements are super important for helping your brain process what you see. When you practice exercises that improve your eye movements, you can train your brain to take in information faster and more efficiently. By exercising eye movements, you're helping your brain become faster at processing visual information. And there's a footnote, number 30. Now, speed reading techniques are designed to help you absorb written information more rapidly without sacrificing comprehension. That's number three. By learning to take in information in larger chunks and eliminating the habit of subvocalization, saying words silently as you read, you can train your brain to process written content more quickly. This directly helps improve processing speed as it forces your brain to keep up with the faster reading pace, which strengthens pathways involved in comprehension and memory. Apply these skills to your daily life and notice the changes. Now, I'm going to read those parts over again next time because we do want to review them. That would be the improving your processing speed, three dynamic ways. And that was in uh, O and P. Okay. And then T is coming up next week. I will see you later and take care. See you tomorrow. I always end with old Martin Van Buren, who is known as Old Kinderhut, because that's where we get okay from. Get it? Got it? Okay. Old Kinderhut.